Shadi up, shadi up, day, shaya, shaya up, shop tie, shadi up, shop talk.
Man, this song got me through. Bread of life, sent down from glory. Many things you were on earth, a holy king, a carpenter, but you are the living word. Bread of heaven, sent down from glory. Many things you were on earth, a holy king, a carpenter. You are the living word. Bread of heaven, sent down from glory. Many things you were on earth, a holy king, a carpenter. You are the living word. Bread of heaven, sent down from glory. Many things you were on earth, a holy king, a carpenter. You are the living word. Awesome, gentle Redeemer, God with us, the living truth. What a friend, what a friend we have in you. You are the living, awesome, gentle Redeemer, God with us, the living truth.
What is going on, good people? It is your man D Toll. You are tuned in to another edition of Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show right here on everyone's favorite network. Listen, we are excited to bring you this incredible show. Want to give a shout out to everyone hanging out with us, whether you are watching us live or on Facebook or YouTube, as we do this every week. On Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. So whether you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube as we stream live, or if you're catching us later in the day, whether it is again over the stream or if you're hanging out with us with one of our radio partners around the country, of which we have several now, and we're grateful for that. We want to welcome you to today's show. We have an incredible show lined up for you, and it is going to be absolutely amazing. I want to first of all give a shout out to my guy, Doobie Powell. That was his brand new song that we opened up the show with. Brand new song that just hit my desk just the other day. And the song is simply called You Are the Living Word. It is a remake of the Fred Hammond classic, and we are grateful to be able to bring that to you today. All right, y'all, listen, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, but if you didn't know, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. How do you know? Because it says so right there on the screen, and you can hit me up everywhere on social media at DTollfree. That's at DTOLEFREE. That's on Facebook. That's on Instagram. That is on Twitter, if you use it, or X as it is now called. That is on Threads. Spill. How many of you are familiar with the Spill app? It is an African-American or a Black-owned company, as well as on Clubhouse. I haven't been on Clubhouse in a while. But nonetheless, if you want to catch up to me, that is where you find me. Everything is at D Tollfree. Listen, before we get things going, do me a favor. You know what you got to do? You got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. But you know who you got to tell. You got to tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nut Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right here, right now on the Shop Talk family of networks, and we are glad to have you hanging out with us. Those of you hanging out, if you haven't done so, we're talking about social media at the present moment. You know, you can follow the Shop Talk. Let me see it going across the screen on Facebook, on Twitter, X, Instagram. Everything is FDR Shop Talk. You see it going across the screen down there at the bottom. You can follow us. Everything is FDR Shop Talk. We would love to have you hang out with us. Let me give a quick shout out to the homie who is in the building. What up, though? To Dee Dee Felder. Dee Dee Felder is in the building here in Northern California. Shout out to Ashlyn Cole, who may join us a little bit later. She is on location in a G14 classified location, doing what great parents do. And we are certainly sending our shout out and prayers to her that she has a great time, as well as safe travels whenever it is that she decides to come back. All right, y'all, let's get ready to get rolling. Let's get ready to get rolling. Bring up our first co-host out in Hercules of California. My guy, always funny, always has something to say. And listen, today's show, our format is going to be based on how he likes to make it happen. We like to keep things moving. My guy is in the building. Let's bring him up without further ado. Ja'Cory Prothro in the building. Ja'Cory, man, what is going on?
Oh, I'm trying to wake up and take better care of my body. Praise the Lord, everybody. Let's go. Let's ride this train.
Oh, good. Now, what exactly are you drinking?
So this is a detox. This is actually pineapple and some other good stuff. Power fruits.
Okay. I'm not mad at you. You may have to turn us on. Now, did you make that yourself, or was it pre-bought? That?
No. Can you say Costco? Hiya.
I'm not mad at you. Costco. Yeah, you may have to turn us on to it so that we can all, get ourselves going in the right direction. Whether I'm chunky or not, summer is going to get my body. Whatever my body is, summer is going to get it because I am going outside this summer, and I'm looking forward to having a great time. All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get ready to get things going. Right now, it's just me and you, so I guess we're going old school. It might be Men's Day today. We just had our men's weekend not long ago at our church, and it was having a great time. And we might have we're marching up to Zion, that beautiful city of God. You never know what we may have to do today.
Oh, Jesus! I used to sing that song for about an hour.
I know it because they had to do their march, and it took the men a little longer because they had to get that dip in. They wanted to make sure they got that dip in. Nonetheless, listen, we are grateful to have y'all hanging out with us. Shout out to my cousin who was hanging out with us from Fort Worth, Texas. The Bishop, Darrell Andreas Shaw is in the building from Fort Worth, Texas. Man, what's going on, cuz? I got to make my way out there because I feel Papados in my Itana.
Oh.
I feel a Papados ministry coming up very soon, and my cousin knows where to take me, knows how to do it. So grateful to have him hanging out with us. Listen, we're going to get things going, and today we're going to get things going, first of all, with our normals, which is our National Day. I only have 3. National Day, only have 3, but it is one of them is going to be good, and that is, first of all, today is DIY Day, so do it yourself day. So if you're a do it yourselfer, today is your day to get out and make things happen and do it. I'm not that guy. I'm not a do it yourself type person. I'm no handyman by no stretch of the imagination. If you want something fixed, do not call me unless it's a computer. Or unless it is a phone or an iPad, which is what I get paid to do. Now that I can do and I do it well, but handyman stuff, I am not your do-it-yourself guy. But it is do-it-yourself day. Secondly, now this is where I really need to kick in. I really need to make things happen because today is National Walking Day. National Walking Day. So I need to definitely chime in on this because it is a good day to get out and walk. The rain is gone. I can see clearly now because the rain is gone. And I guess today is going to be a wonderful, bright, shiny day. It is all good. Listen, as we continue on, shout out to Mama Yolanda Prothroat in the building. What's going on, Yolanda? She still owe me some black eyed peas, but I ain't gonna talk about it. We will get that done very soon. But yeah, today is National Walking Day. Last but not least, this is my one. Today is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. And in preparation for it, I went into my freezer and found some peanut butter and jelly, one that I have. I plan to eat it at some time, but if I eat it right now, my lips are going to get stuck together and I won't be able to talk like I want to. And Mama Yolanda said, I'm going to hold her to it. She says that she got me. All right. I'm going to hold her to it. But those are our National Day. Now, you frowning up. You don't like peanut butter and jelly?
Well, my mother used to put peanut butter in our mouth as kids when we was crying to make us shut up. So peanut butter is not my friend. But jelly is, if it's strawberry, I'll put it on everything. A biscuit, toast. Yeah,
but I got peanut butter and strawberry jelly. Yeah, I'm going to partake of this at some point before the show is over. But like I said, I don't want to do it now because it will get stuck to my mouth. So we'll just leave it right there. All right, y'all, we're going to keep things going. And as we do so, we're going to get ready for our birthdays. And I only have 4. I have 4 birthdays. We should know some of these people. One, today is Pedro Pascal. Many of you may not know him by me saying his name, but if you keep up with Apple, he just did a new AirPods commercial for Apple. Today is his 50th birthday. I was going to play the commercial, but it's like 5 minutes long, so I don't want to play a 5-minute long commercial. But today is Pedro's 50th birthday. Today would have been Rodney King's birthday.
Ooh.
Can we all just get along? Today would have been his birthday. He was born in 1965, passed in 2012. Many of us remember vividly that whole scenario that happened with him. Oh my God. I mean, when the riots broke out and all these type of things happened in Los Angeles, then eventually broke out around the country. A day and time that I will never, ever forget. I think that was around 1991 when that happened, if my memory serves me right. 91,
Sound right.
92. Yeah,
Sound right.
somewhere in there. And there has been a movie that just came out with Tyrese Gibson, based around somewhat about that. They throw the Rodney King stuff in it. I think I've seen the movie. I think it's 1992. You can go out and check it out. But anyway, today would have been his birthday. Next, the incredible Tracy Braxton, the sister. Y'all remember her being on the Braxton show, and of course she's Tony Braxton's sister. I think Tony is the oldest, and then Tracy was next in line. And Tracy was born in 1971 and passed just 3 years ago. 3 years ago in 2022. So certainly, as we mentioned today's birthday, we want to mention her and remember her during this time. And then, last but not least, the incredible Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye. Today would have been his birthday.
Hey, come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today would have been his birthday. He was born in 1939 and he passed in 1984. Were you even born yet? Were you like one or two? Or
I was two.
Wow. Yeah. I remember that particular day as if it was yesterday when he was killed. And incredible singer. Unfortunate story, but nonetheless, we wish him a happy heavenly birthday as well as the others. Now, normally, this is why I would throw it out to Ashton, but she's trying to get herself on. She's not on as of yet. But Jacory, that means I default over to you. I'm going to throw it to you to wish and give some great salutations to people who have a birthday today. So, Jacory, the virtual floor is now yours.
Oh, isn't this beautiful? Don't you agree? Anyway, since we're on birthdays, let me also shout out Sharita R. Evans, which she's from K-Poo Radio right here in San Francisco, and my cousin Chris Allen, the singer. Let me tell you something. Today is your day. So believe in yourself. Go get you a cupcake, a slice of pie. Celebrate yourself. Don't wait for nobody else to call you and sing happy birthday. Just sing it to yourself. And be happy, because guess what? Today is your day. Happy birthday.
I love it, man. Great stuff. Yeah, but while you're going out to celebrate, get you a peanut butter and jelly, because today is peanut butter and jelly day. Anyway, a big shout out to David Jones, who is in the building. What is going on, man? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Shout out to Auntie Pooey, the homie, who I see now on a regular. She is the choir director over at Lily of the Valley Christian Center in Oakland, where I play now. It's my second church. When I leave Glad Tidings, I scurry down 880 and run over to Lily of the Valley. You can join us there every Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, if you want to call it, at 12 p.m. sharp. We're done by 2. We started 12, we out by 2, and we ready to go on with the rest of our day. All right, y'all, we're going to keep things going, and we're going to get ready to bring up our next co-host, who is hanging out, as I mentioned, in the G14 classified location, but she is hanging out with us for a moment or two. And as I'm looking at her, Lord have mercy, do I see her mother today? All right, let's get ready to bring her up without further ado. Incredibly talented Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, you looking like your mama today. What is going on?
Who is that?
Just like my mom. This is my vacation mode. I am in serious vacation mode. Let me let you see my whole self. This is rest and relaxation. I tell y'all what, we need this time. We have to at some point unplug, detach, detox, as Jacory was talking about. We have to do it. We have to, because we're just inundated with messages all the time and inundated with stimuli and problem solving and. So I decided this is spring break from the students, the middle school that I work at. And so I came down to LA and I'm hanging out with daughter, and she just put a beautiful breakfast in front of me. So I'm not going to be before you long, but I wanted to just come on and wish you all just an amazing Wednesday. Happy birthday to everybody who's celebrating a birthday. But just to remind everybody that God rested. Okay, even God rested. And so I think that that's really important that we take that into consideration. For those of us that work on Sundays, from sun up to sundown, like the three of us do, working on Sundays, when do we rest? So I know D-Toll, you know, he takes his family on vacations, and I'm so, you know, I'm so happy that he does that. Jacory, not so much, but Jacory, you need a little vacation, but let this be your reminder. Even God rested. Okay. So it's okay to rest. Amen.
Absolutely. Amen. I love it. Amen. I'm all about vacation, and I'm still mad at my job that they make me work on Mondays, because that would be the real perfect day for me to rest. But it's all to the
Right.
good. Ashton, I'm glad to have you hanging out with us. Whenever you tip out, it's good. But we're going to keep things going.
Yeah.
Jacory, when the last time you took a vacation?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tip out after this.
My vacations don't end up being vacations because I end up like doing ministry or something
Right.
artistry. So, I don't
Exactly.
know.
And
We'll have
that's
to
the
plan
thing. It's
that.
like when you travel for a living, like we all, a lot of us do, we travel for a living. Traveling seems like not a vacation because it's what we do for work, right? So, yeah. But unplug. And speaking of which, I'm gonna unplug and go hang out with my beautiful daughter, who is a chef, who just chefed it up in the kitchen and made us a beautiful, healthy breakfast. So I'm gonna go enjoy that. I love y'all so much with my whole heart. And I'll see you when I see you.
It's all good. Do your thing, Ashton. We appreciate you jumping in, and we hope that she has a great time. Again, I hope she'll be safe and have a great time. As I'm with her, every now and then you do have to unplug, and sometimes even after unplugging, going on vacation, sometimes when you get back, you still need a day or two to detox and vacation from the vacation. So I
Hmm.
am completely with her. Understand it. Don't y'all make the mistake when y'all go to vacation. Don't make the mistake that I made last. Let me see, 2023. I went to the Bahamas with my wife and one of her friends, and we ended up in the Bahamas. And I made a very bad mistake, Pastor Richard Foster. I made a big mistake. I flew all the way from the Bahamas back home and had to be at work the next morning at 5 a.m. It was the most
Ooh.
craziest thing I had ever did, and it was a lesson learned. So this time when I just came back from Jamaica, I came back and still had a day or two to try to get myself together. So please, if you go somewhere far and I got to come back and get ready for work, please take an extra day to detox and just kind of rest and get back on your right time zone and make things happen. So anyway, appreciate Ashton hanging out with us and giving us that information. Just want to give a quick tech talk moment. It's going to be brief because I don't have a whole lot to mention, but I will mention this. And that is Apple. Many of you know this. Apple has just came out with brand new software. So if you have an iPhone or an iPad or a computer, brand new software was released on Monday, iOS 18.4 for iOS and iPad, 18.4 for the phones and iPads, and then Mac OS Sequoia. Yeah,
Hmm.
Sequoia 15. I get them so all mixed up. Sequoia 15.4 is available. So those of you who may be trying to figure out what might need to update your phone or whatever, this would be a great time to do that. Speaking of
Oh.
Jacory updating equipment,
Yeah.
yep, see, yep, it's there, 18.4. I need to do it too because I'm a few steps back on 18.2. So I need to update my phone. New emojis, new stuff with the AI and stuff like that. You'll enjoy it. Anyway, speaking of updates, bro, I need a new computer. I have I have an old, not the computer I'm on right now is my MacBook Pro, but my main computer is an iMac, which is a 2011, a
Hmm.
2011 iMac. It is time for me to upgrade, and I've been doing research, looking and doing all this thinking and talking and pricing, and I think I have made up my mind. I'm going to go with the new Mac Mini. It's literally it's so small. It's so small. The Mac Mini.
Mm.
It is small. It was between the Mac Mini and the Mac Studio. I don't need the Mac Studio because I'm not doing studio stuff like I used to.
You
I'm not
might
doing
be. You might be.
well at this present moment. I'm not. And even if I do, it would the Mac Mini that I get will be able to handle all of that. But I'm thinking about getting the Mac Mini. The Mac Studio is not necessarily something that I do on the regular. Pastor Richard Foster, we do this every Wednesdays at 10 a.m. to answer your questions. Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Right here on Facebook and YouTube. Shout out to my wife. What up, girl?
What's
Allegra
up?
Toll Free is in the building. I'm glad she's in because I'm going to be spending her money talking about this new computer. But I'm looking at this new computer, and I think I am down. I think I've made up my mind. I'm going with the Mac Mini. It starts about $599, about $600. And of
Oh,
course, I'm going to add a couple things to it, but I've been doing a lot of research, and I think for what I do now, even if I do studio stuff, it will still handle what I'm going to be doing. Of course, photo editing. I don't do a whole lot of video editing, but it will be able to handle that as well. So if you're in the market for a new computer like I am, yes, sir, that is it.
so
That
so
is
wait.
it.
So you hook this to a monitor? This is something
Yes.
like I ain't never seen, but this is kind of dope.
Yeah, it is kind of dope, man. So you don't need the great big old computers no more. They have made a big time powerhouse into a small category. Yeah, he's showing it on the screen. The Mac Mini. They start, I believe, at $599, and of course, for me, it will be a little bit cheaper because I happen to work for the fruit stand. But yeah, so those of you who are in the market for a new computer, and it it's so small, Ja'Cory, I can put it in my backpack and go take it with me on the run. I can use my iPad if I need to hook to it
Hmm.
while I am on the go and still be having the power of an incredible computer. So I am excited about it. I think next week might be the week I pull the trigger. Yes, sir.
But wait, can't you like trade the old one in or something and get some love, or how that work?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get much. I'm not gonna get much
Okay.
because my computer is so old. But it's all good. Wait a minute, my bro Maury Adams in the building. He says I have the Mac Mini, and he says it's great. See, all I needed was an
Talk
additional
about it.
witness. All I needed was a witness, Maury Adams from Richmond, California, who is a close friend of my wife, Allegra. They both used to go to St. John in Richmond together, and I'm glad to have him hanging out with us. And his brother Bill, I think his brother Bill still goes to St. John in Richmond, but nonetheless, Maury, see, that's all I needed was a witness. I got me a witness. He says he has the Mac Mini, so I might be pulling the trigger real soon between next week and this week. We will see because my iMac, I can't update the software. I can't do anything. So we will see. I'll keep y'all posted. I will let you know. And look, he says that he has his connected to his TV, and it's wonderful. Yes, you can use your TV as your monitor. All you need is HDMI, and you can hook. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh Lord,
HDMI. Am I messing with you? I'm not trying to make you spend a bunch of money, man. I promise you.
the Lord's gonna give it. He's gonna.
Yes,
Hallelujah.
yes. So I
Hmm.
got Brandon Graham, who also is chiming in. My bro, also from Lily of the Valley, he chimed in. He said, "Mac Mini is good." He says, "I have the new one, and mine is on the TV." See, that's what. See, I might just have to hook it up to my TV, and if I need to use an external thing to make my thing happen, it's all good. Shout out to Paul Cooley, who is in the building, and Richard Foster is giving me the wow, and then Maury Adams is just telling me to do it. You know what, Maury? I like the way you think.
Just go
I'm
get
going.
it. Just order
I'm
it.
going to pull the trigger. I'm going to pull the trigger. So I'll keep y'all posted. Anyway, let's get ready to keep things going. And in doing so, last week, thank you, Pastor Foster. He says, "Oh, wait a minute, I got the eat kind of shade that I need because Allegra just chimed in and told me that she approves for me to go get it. Great, I'm going to be using her credit card to pull the trigger. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you. Ooh, he is a wonder in my soul. Listen, I am so excited about it. I will let y'all know, and I'll be pulling the trigger real soon. But last week we were talking, and we talked about it in brief, and that the mere fact that we know that in just a few weeks you're going to need the real ID. You're going to need the real ID if you are going to be traveling here in the United States.
Mm.
So let me just tell you a little bit about what's going on. It is really right around the corner. The need and the compliant driver's license and for other ID to fly domestically has prompted long lines at the DMV. So if you haven't got yours yet, I have mine, but it's starting to prompt long lines at the DMV because you can't do it online. Thank you, David Jones, for chiming in. He
Mm.
says May 1st. Wow, closer than I thought. So May 1st is when that deadline is going to be. Actually, May 7th. A May 7th deadline to get a real ID is getting a lot more real and setting off a mad scramble for U.S. travelers to get one. Travelers will need the Real ID, upgraded driver's license identification card, and other compliant ID like a passport to board domestic flights starting on that date. Despite years of delays, they've been delaying this year after year after year. They've delayed it, but federal officials say travelers need to take the May 7th date seriously, as the Department of Motor Vehicle sites across the country are getting very, very filled up. Matter of fact, local DMV officers have added hundreds of appointment slots. So this is to your benefit. They've added hundreds of appointment slots and extended hours. Now, I didn't know this part, but they have extended hours to meet the flood of Americans trying to get an upgraded ID in time. From Tennessee to Pennsylvania, people reporting waiting hours lines stretch far down city blocks, meaning people are showing up without a particular reservation, and they are stretching the line down for blocks and wrapping around buildings. Some have flocked to Facebook groups and other social media forums to strategize on where to find the least crowded DMV locations. Others are just venting. So those of you, if you have not got it as of yet, Jacory, you have yours.
I got my driver's license. I don't have an ID.
You need so it's just an upgrade to your license.
Oh, I think I got that one, the dual one. Right?
Yeah.
Don't they have one? Yeah, I think I do have that one.
The dual one. That's funny. The dual one. That's it. Yes. Shout out to Arletta Bass, who is in the building. What is going on? I've got a lot of my Lily the Valley family tuning in today. Glad to have y'all hanging out with us. Yes, Dondrea, it is the Real ID. So it's a part of your license. So you have to get an actual physical new ID that will show that the fact that you've gone through this whole situation and be able to make things happen. We were talking about it last week. Yolanda Morant is the one who brought it to my attention, who is now, we'll be bringing her up in just a second when she is ready. But the Real ID, it is definitely something that you need to have if you're going to travel. Otherwise, you will have to have your passport. Speaking of Yolanda Morant, let's reach out to Charlotte, North Carolina, and bring up my homie who is in the building. This was her subject last week. So what a great time to bring her up. Yolanda Morant, girl, what is going on? You coming at a great time. We were talking about your subject from last week, which is the Real ID and the real need to have it. I have mine. Jacory thinks he has his. I'm sure you have yours, Yolanda.
Actually, I just thought about this today. That I need to give. I know, but I just been working so much that I kind of forgot. Because nobody really likes going to the DMV. So I was, but okay. So you're asking about it. Yes, you do have to have it. You are required. And let me say this. I always say this, and I always say this. Do not assume that when you get to the airport, somebody is going to just let you pass. You never know what kind of day people are having.
Yeah.
And this is why I say it's nice to be nice. Yeah. Because they may or may not let you pass, and they're becoming more strict. And because, can I say something about the president?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, because your president is in office, there are a lot of things that are becoming more tight. Yeah, that's the way to say it. Becoming more tight, but also people are becoming more free in how they really think.
Yeah.
Right. So you just have your stuff in order. Get your passport. I saw this the other day, and then we can move on. And I agree with this. You really should have all your documents with you in real life. Yeah. I think it's sad that we're kind of in that day, but you really should get a passport and get the passport card. You may say, I don't plan on ever going out of the country. Doesn't matter. You really need to get a passport and a passport card. You should carry a copy of your birth certificate with you. You should carry a copy of your social security card with you, because we're just in a very different day. And I don't think we should ever make any assumptions about how someone will treat us. Yeah. And so that's why you have to step above. So when you're flying, since we're here, just be nice to people, man. I'm serious. There's a lot of things changing, like Southwest are now charging for bags. Cussing them out at the counter is not going to make your bag be free.
That's real.
That's real. It's just real. Not. You can go off as much as you want to. but it's not going to change it. And I guarantee you, I don't have facts, I guarantee you now that Southwest has made this change, other airlines are going to be more strict on the bags.
Mm-hmm.
So just have your stuff in order so you can fly, so you can travel and and have a great time. So yes, make sure you get the ring.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
And if you got
that.
kids, right?
Yeah.
If you got kids that are over 18, make sure they have it too. So don't just think about yourself. I ain't got no kids, but I'm just saying you don't want to get up there and your child don't have their ID as well. And
Right.
secondly, with your passport, since Elder Deacon Tofrey stated that they are not giving stamps, it ain't no need for the book. Just get the card. The
Mhm.
passport card I'm speaking of. I paid all
Yeah.
that money for that book, and I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna be stamped up. He
Yeah.
said they ain't stamping no more.
Yeah, they not. They didn't stamp me in when I went to Jamaica. Anyway, David Jones shouts out, and this is good to know too, because I do this too. So if you're buying firearms and ammo, you're going to need your real ID. I know this for a fact. I can't show you online, but just take my word for it. You're going to need it. Shout out to Tracy J. Wilson, who is in the building. Shout out to my homegirl Andrea Scruggs, who asked me, am I wearing a real ID T-shirt? No, I'm not. I'm just wearing my DTO T-shirt from when I turned 50, my superhero T-shirt. If the Lord allows me to see August, I'll be turning 55. Golly, man, time is not playing. And
Really?
yeah, this coming August, I will be 55.
You
If the
look
Lord
great.
delays is coming. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It is all good. Listen, we're going to keep things going, and I have something I just want to ask. I just have a question I want to ask. It wasn't not long ago. It wasn't long ago when we were talking about the whole thing about we talked about Marvin Sapp last week. I think we did. If not, I don't really want to talk about that no more because it's been so bad. It really has. I mean, it has got to the point where his life.
I never would have made it. Yeah.
Man, you know what?
Can I add one thought? Okay, we won't stay here long. I promise. I'm the devil's. I don't want to say it like that. I try to see things from different perspectives, and so I was honestly originally triggered, like whoa, because how I think, and I think that sometimes we have to be careful about how we present things. But this is what I recognized. He was on the Ricky Smiley show, and he explained what happened. It was not his church. It was a convention he was at. He was helping to raise funds for a convention, that a fellowship or an organization that was really good to him early on in his career, whatever. And so he did that. They were on my favorite show, The Breakfast Club. They talked about it. I saw Shannon Sharp talk about it. And what I recognized, no pun to anybody, people like being offended. And what I saw was when even he did the apology, there were people of whatever space or place like, nah. And what I recognized, we just like being offended. We just enjoy being offended. But what I also further recognized, you weren't bothered by what he said. It is something else that has not been healed in you that causes you to be triggered by that moment. Do I think you could have said it differently? Yes, I do. Truthfully, I do. But I also recognize that when there are thousands of dollars moving around in the building, you have to gain some order. And I don't think people understand. My really good friend Juma said this to me, that a lot of us don't like order. So that's why we were offended. And nobody makes you give.
Put those chains on the doors.
Joe Clark.
Joe Clark. That's what I mean. He's not like, he didn't tell people they could not leave.
Yeah.
But I think when you're in that building and you don't know what was going on, and a lot of the people that are bothered or offended or whatever, you don't even go to church. Please don't come for me because no. I'm just saying that a lot of us need to be healed because you cannot be offended by everything. You're offended. Everybody has commentary. People, this is wild. Shannon Sharp, no pun to you, sir. Why are you talking about that? I think when people open their mouth, they forget when out of the mouth, the heart speaks, right? So when you start talking, you reveal who you are, what you know, and your level of knowledge. And I think a lot of people just talked without understanding. So I agree with you. I think it went on far longer than it should have. And
Yeah.
we should move on for sure.
I'm with you. I'm not mad at it. I want to just mention, and Dondrea mentioned exactly what I was going to say. You have the Holy Ghost, girl. So Dondrea says they spending $300 on concert tickets. You know what I'm saying? $300 on concert tickets. He's just talking about $20. So listen, I've been in church all my life. I've seen that and worse. So I was not offended in any type of way. And then Auntie Pooey comes in and says, and it was 2 years ago. So why are we bringing it up now? I'm with it. I see
Who's
my
bored?
boy. I see my boy Gino Garrett in the building. Happy birthday. His birthday was yesterday. He is now officially a senior citizen, but he chimes in and says it never bothered us except we couldn't go socialize in the bathroom. You know what? He is hilarious. That's my guy. Gino Garrett in the building, man. Happy birthday, bro. Listen, I want to move on, and I have a question. And my question is really, really simple. We talked about not long ago that we've been talking about that we cut the cord. And, most of us have. But now that we've cut the cord, how much are we paying for streaming services?
Oh, Jesus.
Now that we've cut the cord, how much are we paying for streaming services? Because listen, it's getting crazy out here. By the time you do Netflix, some of us are doing, we're doing, Apple TV Plus. We're doing so many other streaming services. Now that we've cut the cord, how much are we paying? Now, Netflix, we used to share passwords, and everybody could, if one person paid for Netflix, probably about 6 or 7 of us was using that. Somebody else paid for Hulu, and a bunch of us was using different Hulus. But now now these companies started getting smarter, and they're starting to, say if this person's not in your household or, within close proximity, they're going to make you start paying more for these streaming services. So now, how much now though are we really paying for these particular streaming services? Now, Yolanda, or do you still pay for cable, or are you streaming?
Well, this is what sucks. Can I say sucks? This is what sucks. Is that I'm keep trying to get out of cable. Actually, I can't believe I'm saying this because as a kid, I was like, "Oh, I want cable. I can watch BET." And now, I love BET, but it's not what it formerly was. So it's hard to get out of the cable portion because the way it's wrapped up, my bill would actually go up if I come out the cable part and just keep the internet. Yeah. So I think it's a tricky system because it feels like they trick us, right? Like I've had Netflix forever. I think if you've had these services for X amount of time, I shouldn't pay what someone else who just signed up yesterday pays. That's how I really feel. Right? I don't get it. Now I love Disney, so I'll never get rid of Disney Plus. But I just feel like they're starting to pull more and more and more from people. Mm-hmm. And it's costing more and more and more and more and more. It's just it's tricky.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we come to you, Ja'Cory, let me throw it out to the ATL. Let's get ready to bring up our next co-host. No theme music today. We'll just bring him up because he's just a great, you know what? Yeah, I know. I didn't do it because we're doing Ja'Cory's. We're doing Ja'Cory's format today where we keep it moving. So we're going to just bring him up without further delay. My guy, Demetrius Hunter in the building. Man, what is going on, bro?
What's up?
Hey,
glad to have you in. You came in at a great time, man. We're talking about the fact that people are cutting the cord. Shout out again to Pastor Richard Foster, who mentioned to me that he'll be 65 in May. If you see him in person, he don't look a day over 38. He's in great shape, looks good, shouting in church every Sunday. The Lord is keeping him in great health. Anyway, Demetrius, now that we've cut the cord, how much are we paying for streaming services?
My price ain't everybody's price. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. You know what? I ain't even going there. So your price and everybody's price. What do you mean?
Now lock the door. I don't miss nothing. I got the chains on the lock on that. I got Netflix, Hulu, BET Plus, HBO Max, Prime Video. What else we got up in here? We got everything.
But how much? Now you can't bundle all those things together. You paying $45 for all those things you just mentioned.
Now you about to start getting inbox. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah. You pulling some tricks and you got some tricks of the trade that we don't know about.
Listen. Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play and the hustlers on the street every day. If it sound right and it go right and it work right, it's been for a whole year. I ain't had no problems.
Wow.
You better
incredible. Right, exactly. Yeah, you better not say nothing else before you get a knock at your door and a tap on your window pane. You understand? It is all good. So Jacory, man, we've talked about this. We've had this conversation many times, and you see Allegra has chimed in $45. She said she haven't heard that in years. I definitely haven't heard it. I'm paying for cable, home phone that I use for bill collectors, and internet. What happened? Why are you looking at me like that? Anyway, for cable, home phone, and for internet, I'm paying over $300. Aside from I'm paying for streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, you name it, we got it. So yeah, so I have, and we only have one box in the house, and everything else uses either Hulu, Apple TV, or a Fire Stick, or whatever it is that we may have. So it's time. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm trying to be able to cut some costs and be able to make things happen.
Sir.
But if I cut the costs, am I really going to be cutting the costs? Jacory, man, what all you got? What are you?
Ain't that a commercial? I think that's a commercial. If I cut the cost, just get the super box. Everybody talk. I just made that up.
What local Richmond channel are you watching when you saw this commercial, Jacory?
I just heard it in my ear because my brother just was telling me the other day that, he has a super box. Because my thing is, AT&T has tested my Holy Ghost, honestly, because I just couldn't believe I was paying so much. And when I called, if you were a new subscriber, it was cheaper. And I've been with you over 13 years. So I did cut them out, and I'm just paying the stream for the internet. That's $50. But I switched over to Hulu. That's $82. So I'm back at the same thing.
Hulu live thing.
Yeah.
Now I don't need all that.
You can watch it the next day.
You might as well kept cable, because all that is a TV with the Hulu stuff.
People pay for YouTube TV.
I think we should take this as an initiative. I think we should come back in about a week, and we should say we cut. But
I'm trying to figure out why D-Toll has a Fire Stick and is paying so much.
This is crazy.
So I don't use the Fire Stick. My kids both have. We don't even use the Fire Stick. We don't either. Let me tell you how old I am getting. My kids both have Apple TVs and all that kind of stuff, and we have the Comcast or Xfinity app on the Apple TV, but you still have to have an account to be able to stream the stuff. And again, we got Apple TV Plus and all this other stuff. And let me tell you something. I only watch TV downstairs. When I go upstairs, we have a TV, but the TV in my room hasn't been turned on in at least a year and a half. At least a year and a half since I turned the TV on in my room. Because when I go in my room, I just go into bed and I fall asleep. And so Allegra, she don't watch TV upstairs. Neither one of us watch TV in the bedroom. But again, we have one cable box, all these streaming services, Apple TVs, and all this other stuff. And yeah, we trying to figure out how to make things happen. David Jones chimed in, says he's paying $300. Auntie Pooey says she's paying about $400 as well. But yeah, I'm telling you, these bills are getting high. And yeah, David Jones said he found out that there is an app where you watch everything from live TV to sports. What app is that? Now, I do have a super box, as Jacory just mentioned. We got it a couple months ago. We're still trying to figure out all the ins and outs of it, but it's starting to lean like that. That might be our go-to in the very near future. Between Apple TV and the super box, that might be our go-to because I just can't keep paying this car note for a cable box and cable services. So I see your hand. Go ahead, Demetrius. You got it. No.
We should have
So y'all got the super box. It comes with the streaming stuff built into it.
I know,
right?
but it does.
Okay.
It does. It does.
So then,
But I'm trying to get used to it.
but you got to play with that thing to really know how to work it. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
You need to take some time with it.
Listen,
What's up, Mr.
What's up,
Russell?
Donnell Russell from
my
New Orleans.
local serviceman came and hooked everything up.
So he from the Bay for real.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
not mad
I think
at
we
it.
should have a cut the cord challenge. I'm serious. I think we should have a challenge because think about it. You're probably paying for services that when you just said that, it made me think, am I still paying for some? I can't, eggs are $10. And so I can't afford to pay for stuff I don't even know I'm paying. I'm serious. We should have a cut the cord challenge because really, if you start going through that stuff, you probably haven't, like I have BET Plus. Yeah, sometimes it's
You
good.
get that with
sometimes
Amazon.
it's not.
Prime, I think you get that, right?
Yeah,
You got
I already
Amazon
have Prime.
And I didn't know that.
So you cut that.
So cut that.
I pay for BET Plus separately. Y'all say it comes with Prime?
That's what my brother said. You
Yeah,
just got to
see,
check
yeah.
the stuff.
You
you
right,
just gotta
Yolanda.
check
We need to go through and start looking at stuff.
I'm
But
serious. We
it's
should
still-
have
we paying
a
for it.
challenge.
The only people
Because
that's
if you're
really
paying
locked.
for all this, go ahead, Mish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying we're paying for all this stuff.
No, I'm saying the only people that's really locked down on passwords is Hulu, Netflix, and that's about it. Like Paramount Plus or HBO Max, like people be sharing their passwords still.
Oh, well, I'll call
I'm paying
you in
for
15
ESPN.
minutes.
I'm paying for ESPN. I'm paying for DAZN, which is the sports channel for boxing. I'm paying for BET Plus. I got Apple One. I'm paying for a whole bunch.
But then I've noticed, what I have noticed is like my mother has a Samsung here. Samsung got its own situation where you don't have to pay nothing.
Oh wow!
And she got a ton of good channels and movies on there. So yeah, read your TV Bible. Read your TV
I'm
Bible.
gonna have to get into it. I'm gonna get into it. Yes, and Donnell Russell saying he got all that on his Fire Stick. I'm not mad at it. Shout out to my dude Rich Hutcherson in the building. Rick is in the building. What is going on, bro? Glad to have you hanging out. All right, y'all. I have a couple of minutes, and I've been wanting to do this to Yolanda and all of our lady listeners for the last few weeks. We're getting ready to do something specific for our lady watchers. And since Yolanda, you're the only woman here with us today, you're going to have to be the one that this focuses on. And we're doing something new. We've never done this particular thing before, but this is simply called Who You Picking. Who You Picking. All right. So I'm getting ready to put something on the screen, and you need to let me know who would you be picking. So it goes a little bit like this. Okay, who you picking? You got two different guys. Both John and Tyrone are 29. Let me give John specs. He's a physical therapist. He has no kids. He's 6'4". He's goofy. He has bad fashion sense. Clingy, but he's good with handling money. Put him to one side. Then we have Tyrone from the hood. He's a retail cashier, has one kid. He's 5'10". He's very nonchalant. However, he has good fashion sense. Stoner, does that mean he smokes? Is that what that stoner means? Is that what that means?
Oh, well.
Okay. He's lazy, so this says. Financially unstable. However, he is romantic. So we have two polar opposites in John and Tyrone. Both are 29 years old. Yolanda, neither one, they didn't say they got tattoos or that they wear Timberlands, but Yolanda, who are you picking?
So first of all, these are the only choices.
This week. This is the only choices this week.
You give me next week's choices because, baby, first of all, while I don't feel a bit of 45, thank you, Lord God, for good genes, they're both too young for me.
Okay.
Cher wouldn't say that.
Young for you.
You said Cher wouldn't say that. I would.
Cher and Patti LaBelle wouldn't say that.
Because if you're 29 I'm not opposed to dating younger. Like, I'm gonna just be real honest. I don't want to necessarily date someone that's 50. Somebody may say that's crazy, but I kind of don't. So,
well, take the age out. Take the age out of the equation, and then just pick one. Rick Hutchinson says, pick one. Stop tap dancing.
They both just gave their life to Christ. Come on.
Well, it would make more sense to choose John, right? So if we're gonna break, I mean, now you asked me, and this is how my mind works. So Tyrone is fine, but here's where you get thrown out. You're a stoner. I don't do smokers. It has nothing to do with Jesus. I like my lungs, and I want to sing for a long time. So I can't. Like, if you smoke, and then it says something about nonchalant. So where are you nonchalant at? Are you nonchalant in your life and your purpose and what you want to do? Are you nonchalant about, you said we we're going to go on a date, but you don't know? No. So if I had to choose, this is all make-believe, I would choose John because the smoking takes you out.
That
I don't care
one
about
part
you having
takes it
kids.
out.
That don't bother me. You can have a baby as long as you take care of them. That never, ever concerns me.
So I'm very shocked. Well, no, I'm not shocked, but Allegra Tofree, who I didn't ask the question to, but anyway, Allegra Tofree chimes in and she says that if she had to pick John, she says, I can dress him and I can help him not be clingy. Interesting take. Rick chimes in and says, too many kids, smokers, and a liability. And now Allegra wants to fix it. She wants to fix it and says that he's too young for me. Plus, I'm not available. Come on and fix it. Shout out to Adrian, who says, she just simply says number one. Now, Adrian, who is, I won't tell her age, but she's older than me. And she is not single, but she's saying that if she had to pick between the two, I'm not mad at her. She picks number one. Very interesting. So
yeah, you would have to make this harder. This has to be harder to make a decision because the first guy just seems like the more reasonable candidate. Now, again, the way my mind thinks, I'm a much more deep thinker than people realize, or sometimes I care to admit. The thing is, why are you clingy? Are you clingy because you have mommy issues? Like, why are you clingy? And that can be, I didn't call you back, so you feel some kind of way. I went to go sing with the choir. So
was that for number one?
Yes, for number one.
I don't have no balloon to pop.
So I mean,
yeah, I am with you. Listen, I'm not mad. So you're saying for you, the main thing was that he was a stoner for Tyrone. No.
Well, that was too easy for them. The one got good money and a good job. The other one ain't got no money, work retail, and a kid. That's a lot of problems.
I don't care about retail. That don't bother me. If you work there and you're consistent, because you may be going to school and working, that doesn't bother me.
He wasn't going to school though, Yolanda. Oh, now she's humble.
You only gonna get 10% off at Walmart.
No, because I'm not that girl. I know y'all think I'm bougie, and I am. But for real, I'm not that girl. My concern is that you are stoner. And so that may mean you smoke weed day in and day out all day long.
Okay, so if he took the stoner out, then he would have been a good candidate for you, Yolanda?
No, because he said he's lazy. And
so he's lazy and a stoner. And he's what was the other thing?
Financially unstable.
Yeah, it's the last.
She said she could with that. He go to school, he could be working.
You a stoner, you lazy, and financially unstable. I can't do it.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? This has been interesting. We will have another one of these real soon. I found a couple of these.
You should bring it up.
Yeah. I found a couple of these, and we'll get into it a little bit earlier on the next show. Listen, I'm looking up at the clock. We're not out of conversation, but we're just simply out of time. But let me just throw this out for free, y'all. We have been doing lately a Instagram after show. An Instagram after show. So those of you who are on Instagram, make sure that you follow all of us and make sure that you hang out with us. Now, we have been doing this for about 2 weeks, and so we may get a chance to do it today. And if you do, all you have to do is follow us, and you'll get the notification when we go live. Just Michi, Ja'Cory Prothro, Yolanda Morant, D Tofree. And of course, you can always follow us here on social media at FDR Shop Talk. So listen, we want to make sure that you do that. If you get that ping on Instagram, hop on real quick. We normally recap the week's show and be able to make things happen. Ja'Cory, Any closing comments, final thoughts?
Live your best life.
Live your best life. I love it. Demetrius, closing comments, final thoughts.
Yeah.
It's all good. It is all good.
Lock
Yolanda.
the door.
Lock the door. Yolanda, any closing comments, final thoughts?
I learned something today again. Relationships are important.
They are.
So don't do something just to get something. Consider the relationship.
Wow, that's good stuff. I like that. I like that. Let me tell you this as a closing comment and a final thought. People who are convinced against their will are people unconvinced still. Lord have mercy. Let me say it one more time. If you are a person who is convinced against your will, you're unconvinced still. So listen, always make your own thoughts. Don't let nobody try to convince you to be who you are not. Until the next time, on behalf of Yolanda Morant, Demetrius Hunter, Ja'Cory Prothro, and Ashlyn Cole, my name is Demetrius Toll-Free. Till the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time. Y'all know how we do it. You can help us say it. Holla.